Grace, grace, grace. From grace to grace is all you pray. And even though you live by grace, you have displaced, misplaced, and disgraced grace. But that same grace is the reason God still shows you his face. Grace is the reason the walls of your house don't speak about your evil. It is that same grace that prevents your phones from revealing your secrets. The same reason is why darkness covers your shame and the sun overlooks the other side of you. Grace. But because you and grace are not really in harmony, you have been identified and classified among those who have not been justified. So every day you wake up and wait for the world to give you a vision and a mission, a sense of direction and the next line of action. And all of your solutions are based on worldly conclusions. But that is an indication that you are not part of God's holy generation. I'm glad you're not offended. And even if you were, it is you who switched from one house of worship to another, just to find men who clothed with garments of priests, who would display grace on a tray and tell you to speak and pray, whoosh, whoosh, and portray what they make you see. But their lives will make you wonder if this grace is a place for play. But at the end, they just lead you astray. They present our God in a different kind, preach doctrines that keep us behind, tell us we're children of light, yet they walk like the blind, tell us it is okay to be Christian just in our minds, just to make us think their message is divine, and we come back home thinking we are fine and we are sure there is time. But I tell you, these are your signs that you are blind. And in case you are here and you think God's grace is his way of overlooking sin, you lie. Or just maybe you do not know what grace means, because grace simply means God's redemption at Christ's expense. God's redemption at Christ's expense. You see, it took God his one and only, begotten Son, to prepare his way of salvation for you and me. Jesus paid the ultimate price when he stretched forth his hands on the wooden cross to be nailed to it. Jesus paid the price of wisdom and deeds of the Pharisees and the Sadducees could not. On that cross he met the demands of the law. So what the blood of millions of bulls and rams could not do for centuries past was fulfilled. When those gigantic nails pierced through his hands and legs, his precious perfect blood meandered and flowed on the cross like rivers of water, and the mockery crown on his head did not offer any comfort, torturing every cell in his body for you and me. But you never seem to amaze God, that you have turned grace to a stage for sin. I understand they call you the slave queen. On the street you dress to kill, and in church you dress to appeal. Deceptive appearances is skill you wish to instill. So every kiss in the secret, every relationship in the secret, every trigger that you pull, every matrimonial bed you defy, every time that you lie, every time you give and take a bribe, just know Jesus died thinking of your life, and you are alive to find life in the one who was crucified. But here we are. Only grace knows the number of times you have dedicated and rededicated your life, hoping to be free from sin, yet you never find yourself on the right track. So you just sit back and feel bad, look back and never fight back. So sin keeps engulfing and entangling, and your life is more like a circle of sin, sinning to cover up your sins. And if you're here and you think you cannot escape from the claws and jaws of sin, just know that the very grace you offend is a grace that amends. So don't sit there and remain and complain in pains, but obtain grace through Jesus, because Jesus is grace and Jesus is amazing, and his grace is an amazing grace. For by him the grace that bringeth salvation has appeared to all men, teaching them to live righteously in this present world. So do not blame your careless, fruitless, worthless effort to be holy, but submit to the one who is able to train your body, soul, and spirit, and have you dwell where you will be aware and escape the snares of the devil. Today you've been cautioned, and delay is not an option, for salvation is your portion. Going back the same is a sign of self-destruction, and the one sitting next to you is a witness to your deafness and stiffness. And as you make up your mind today, you must realize you must prioritize Jesus, who is the author and finisher of faith, the provider and sustainer of grace to engineer your life through the path of righteousness. Only then will you sing of his amazing grace.